Good evening, I'm Pinky Webb. Tonight we ask the questions, we tackle the issues, we clarify matters, and we get on point. Last October, moves to shut down House debates on the Health Department's budget led AGRI party list representative Wilbert to go ballistic in the session hall. Was insisting state insurer PhilHealth has yet to present a comprehensive plan. The incident earned an ethics complaint, but the lawmaker stands his ground. While PhilHealth has introduced new benefits, says these are not enough. With the transfer of billions of pesos of PhilHealth funds to the National Treasury and budget cuts from the lower house, some camps are wary members may not get what they deserve. Let's get on point with AGRI Party List Representative Wilbert. Congressman Lee, thank you for your time. Welcome to the show, sir.
Good evening. Thank you, Pinky. It's an honor to be here. Thank you. Good evening to everybody.
Kayo na pong magpaliwanag sa amin. Ano ho ba nangyari nung October when you grabbed the mic from Congressman Daza? Ano ho bang inyong ikinakainis nung mga panahon na yon?
Well, alam niyo naman, Pinky, sinimulan ko to 1 year ago already when I started this September 2023 to be exact. Also, in the same budget hearing, when I said that PhilHealth has so much money, during that time it was 466 billion that are deposited in different banks, time deposit, invested in different treasury bills. This year, it ballooned up to 504 billion already. Almost, or more than 500 billion pesos. So, ang nilalaman natin dito, this money are for kalusugan, para sa kalusugan nito. Why are this deposited? While this money are deposited, while we are talking right now, many of our kababayan, many of our countrymen are namamatay. Hindi ayaw magpadala sa hospital, minuto namamatay because they're afraid na pag dinala sila sa hospital, wala silang pambayad. Mangungutang.
And yan ang realidad.
Yan ang realidad.
That is the reality.
Mangungutang.
Okay.
And so many of them, sa pag-iikot ko, pinipili na lang na nasa bahay lang. Para bang nag-aantay na lang. Ayaw magpadala dahil ayaw madamay sa yung pamilya. Dahil pag dinala mo sa hospital, kailangan ibenta yung ari-arian, isanla, and so on. So, ganun na nangyayari. While itong mga perang ito yung nandyan. Okay? So, during the budget hearing, nung Monday, hindi ako pumayag na i-approve yung budget ng DOH. Because DOH ang nangunguna dapat dito. So, hindi tayo pumayag. And 3 times natin itong dinifer. Okay? Until about 2 a.m. in the morning that Monday. So when it resumed on Wednesday, siyempre meron pa akong mga hindi natapos. Because ang sinabi ko doon, even during the budget briefing, if the DOH will not give me the comprehensive plan, the timeline on how to use all of this money para talagang mawala na yung out-of-pocket expenses, totally or eventually maging free na yung healthcare, which para sa akin is the right of every Filipino. It's very clearly stated in the Universal Healthcare Law. Kailangan libre. Kailangan good, affordable, quality healthcare. But ang question ko is this happening? It's not.
Okay,
diba?
so we'll get to that. So what happened? Sabi niyo po Monday to Wednesday. Wednesday may mga tanong ka pa. And they were about to...
They want to terminate it. So
The deliberations on the budget of the Department of Health. Okay.
So all of a sudden, all the while, akala ko, may time ako, meron pa akong time because I have remaining time para po magsalita. So gusto nilang i-terminate kaagad. So doon ako nagreklamo or doon nagkaroon ng
nagalit.
Buti nga po walang mic dito kung hindi baka agawin ko rin.
Hindi. So obviously I understand you're saying that ang pinaglalaban niyo po ay you wanted a comprehensive plan.
Yes, not only that, I want a definite commitment from the DOH Secretary and the PhilHealth President on when are this going to happen? Because yes, 1 year we were able to have them implement some increases, but these are not enough. like the 30% increase.
Congressman, ang tanong ko lang, if that really is your motivation, bakit wala kayong naging kakampi doon?
That I don't know. That I don't know, no? Pero,
Because if you're saying, sir, with all due respect, that you want a comprehensive plan, you want a timeline, and you want a commitment, which I'm sure, I'll tell you myself, I want that too.
Yeah.
Pero bakit po tila they wanted to end the deliberations, they wanted to pass the budget, and obviously they weren't happy with what you did. Well, yung ginawa niyo naman obviously was not a good thing. Pero bakit parang wala kayong supporters?
well, with all due respect to my colleagues, no, siguro kahit sila nagulat, no, kahit sila hindi nila alam na gano'n ang mangyayari. Siguro hindi nila napansin na meron pa dapat, no. Kasi bago nangyari yon, dapat meron pang ibang mga naka-line up, no. So, I myself hindi ko alam what happened, no. Basta ako, I'm in the impression na pagkatapos nung isa, kasi sabi, mauna na yung hindi pa nakapagtatanong, no. So, I myself, ang impression ko is, I will be able to be given that chance again na magsalita. And then, kasi ang gusto ko mangyari, yung commitment na to, na nakuha na natin, no? Because we work on this Tuesday. That was a Monday. Then Tuesday, we work on this. Trinabaho natin. And I was able to get a commitment signed by the Department of Health Secretary and the President of PhilHealth. No? So I want to put this on record. No? Na mai-record.
Pero nandun na yung commitment nila.
Nandun na.
But you wanted it on the floor.
I want it on the floor because I want to put this on record.
Okay.
No? Na ito yung mga commitment para alam ng taong
Alright, so
bayan.
you weren't able to do that, but they did sign a commitment.
They did sign.
Okay,
No? They did
I
sign.
want to talk about what that commitment will be. But because some of your colleagues were obviously unhappy with what you did, there's an ethics complaint filed against you. Gumugulong na ho ba ito? Have they asked for your side?
Yes, actually nagkaroon na po ng first hearing last Monday. No? But again, nung sinabi ko na po yan noon, no, wala po sa intention natin, no, na mang-agaw or may mambastos or may nangyari. No? It was just purely out of yung passion to, to what I am fighting for. No? Yun yung talagang nangyari doon. No? Parang I was expecting na may record ko to. And then all of a sudden, nandun ako sa gilid, narinig ko na lang bigla na tineterminate na. No? So wala akong ibang choice na gawin. No? And yung mic na yun, yung pinakamalapit, no? Doon sa where I am sitting. So syempre, yun na lang yung pwede mong gawin
So
doon.
you know that your passion comes with certain restrictions in Congress.
I totally respect the whole institution. Wala po sa intention ko na bastusin. No? Pero very clear under our rules, no, that whenever there is still meron pang gustong magsalita, no, the only way to terminate it is to put it on yung ipagbotohan, no? No, pagbotohan ng the whole house, no. So hindi po nangyari 'yon, no. Hindi nangyari 'yon because very clearly I have made my intention clear na to continue my interpellation. So, ganun po ang dapat.
Nagkaroon po ba ng botohan to terminate it?
Hindi,
I
wala.
see. So, iyan po ang pinaglalaban niyo sa
Yan ang
ethics?
pinaglalaban ko.
Yan ang naging defense
Yan ang
niyo po?
pinaglalaban ko sa ethics. No? Na dapat yung process should be pagbotohan natin no? Bago po ito i-terminate.
Okay, so that gumugulong pa ho yun. But you also apologized for this
I
already,
apologize
right?
actually. I again apologize to my lady congresswoman colleague doon po sa committee hearing. It was not my intention na mambastos or whatever, or I fully respect yung whole institution ng Kongreso. So, nag-apologize po ulit ako nun.
So,
And even to the speaker, to the majority leader, to the
tinanggap po ba
minority.
nila yung inyong apology?
Sinulatan ko sila right after that incident. The next day, sinulatan ko sila
Okay.
that I totally, it was not my intention na mambastos. No, yung mga nila.
But tinuloy pa rin yung ethics complaint in spite of that letter that you wrote?
Ako naman, nire-respeto ko rin yung karapatan nila no, na mag-file ng complaint. No?
And so, you said that you already have a commitment from the DOH and PhilHealth. Let's talk about that. After the break, our discussion with Congressman Wilbert Lee will continue. Please stay tuned. This is On Point. Welcome back. Still with us, AGRI Party List Congressman Wilbert Lee. Yes, you heard AGRI Party List. Sir, AGRI, agriculture. of course, my understanding is ang iyong dapat focus ay mga farmers and fisher folks. Bakit ho kayo napunta sa health?
Well, actually, nagsimula ito, Pinky, no, when pag-iikot ko, no, sa buong Pilipinas, actually. Not only yung mga farm workers natin, yung mga farmers, but every one of them. Yung nami-meet ko, lahat ng number one fear, number one na pangamba nila is yung pagkakasakit. No? As I've said, pag nagkasakit, pinipili na lang na nasa bahay lang, ayaw magpadala sa hospital. Especially yung mga farmers natin. No? Talagang nandun na lang, ayaw na. So, paano magiging productive? Paano magkakaroon tayo ng yung production natin? Paano magiging maayos? Kung pag nagkakasakit yung mga magsasaka natin, hindi na nagpapagamot.
So, dun po kayo na-shift. That's why there's a bit of a shift.
And also because talagang nakita ko as I go around, yun ang nakikita ko talaga. No? Yun yung fear ng lahat. No? Yung,
Alright.
Yung, ano. And then, I started researching, and then that's where nakita ko, na-discover natin na napakarami pala ng pera ng PhilHealth. No? Because prior to that, prior to September, no one was talking about excess money or unused money. Nobody, because everyone, akala natin lahat, lugi ang PhilHealth.
Dahil,
diba?
bakit? Kasi
Diba?
pati yung mga ospital, naghihintay po ng
bayad,
mula
ang
sa
tagal
PhilHealth.
bayaran. Walang mga, ang baba ng deductions. Nangungutang, no? There was a time during COVID, nangutang pa yung PhilHealth. But nagulat ako because almost 500 billion ang pera nila. And this money, lumalaki to every year because from the contribution of the members and from the subsidy galing po sa collection sa sin taxes. No?
Right.
Na, nasa batas na yun.
Which
no?
is part of the universal healthcare
Yes,
law.
which is
Sir, so this is important. Sabi mo meron pong 500 billion. For clarificatory...
$500 billion.
Sorry,
Half
it's
a trillion.
500 billion. $500 billion, you're right. I stand corrected there.
504 billion.
Right. Mali, with this 504, na, kasama na ho ba dito yung excess na supposed to
No.
be 90B?
89.9, iba pa yun.
Oo.
No, they're saying these are not excess. No? Para sa akin, this should not be called excess fund. No? Because under the law, very clear na ito po ay galing sa sin tax collection, earmark funds for PhilHealth. No? Once you say it's earmark, diyan mo talaga dapat gamitin yan. You cannot say it's excess. Because ang dami pang dapat paggamitan. You say excess kung na-covered mo na lahat ng services.
I had Dr. Mingita Padilla who said the exact same thing. She does not want to call it excess. Excess daw kasi, pag nabayaran mo na kung ano yung kailangan mong bayaran, nagawa mo kung anong kailangan mong gawin.
Covered mo na lahat.
Tapos meron kang natitirang. Yan ang excess, sabi niya.
Even if na-cover mo na lahat, yung pera should be used because under the charter of the PhilHealth, very clear, dalawang bagay lang pwede paggamitan. Cover yung mga sakit, benefits, increase the benefits, expand and increase the benefits. If there are still excess funds, use it to lower the premium.
The premium, yung ating pong binabayaran. Okay, but that's going to be for another discussion, sir, because that's before the Supreme Court already.
Yeah.
Hence the TRO of the remaining 29.9 billion na napigilan po ng Supreme Court na mailipat sa National Treasury. Again, that's another thing to talk about because there's supposed to be a law that supports this. But okay, let's leave that. Sabi niyo po, merong naging commitment ang PhilHealth at ang DOH. Sir, ano ho ba ang pwede nating asahan?
Well, ito the commitment. No? This is signed by the Secretary, the Secretary Ted Herbosa and PhilHealth President, no? And sa akin. No? So, very clear dito. October 31, ang hinihingi ko dito is a comprehensive plan from DOH. No? Kung paano nila ibababa yung out-of-pocket expenses ng mga Pilipino. No? Because considering na marami ang pera, there's a lot of yung pondo, paano nila mababa yung out-of-pocket
Ano pong sabi nila?
expenses? No?
Paano nga
That's just a detailed and comprehensive plan. Ang commitment nila was to give it to us by October 31. No? Hindi nila nagawa. Hindi nila sinubmit. Okay? The other one is, why is it na pag pumunta ka sa hospital, more often than not, walang gamot. No? Especially public hospital. So, yung mga kababayan natin, they have to buy the medicine sa labas. No?
Using their own money?
Using their own money. Bakit nangyayari ito?
Okay.
Samantalang every year, meron tayong ina-appropriate. This year, we appropriated 27 billion as budget to buy medicines. Next year, we appropriated 44 billion. So, saan na pupunta itong mga perang ito? So, I wanted
to
a
be clear,
report.
what you're saying is, meron po talagang budget dito sa gamot.
Medicines, yes.
Na kapag ikaw ay mangailangan ng gamot,
Yes.
na ospital ka in
Yes.
public hospitals,
Yes.
at binigyan kayo ng reseta ng doktor,
Dapat
you should
meron.
get this for
Yes,
free.
for free. Now,
That's gonna be a problem, sir. You're right. If walang gamot doon.
Walang gamot. Okay.
Andun yung batas,
Nandun
pero
ang
hindi mo
batas,
naman
hindi-
mapatupad yung batas dahil walang gamot.
hinihingi natin ang report tungkol dyan. Gusto ko, I wanted the DOH to investigate. No? Why is it happening? Okay? Hindi nilang binigay. Then all of a sudden, yesterday, nabasa ko in all major newspaper that there are 11 billion worth of medicines in DOH facilities na nag-expire. Okay? Nag-expire. While ang mga hospitals walang medicine, bakit nag-expire itong mga 11 billion na mga gamot na to? No? Yun yung malaking question mark.
Okay.
No? And then, another thing that I wanted them to give to us noong October is, alam naman natin, lahat ng mga public hospitals, bibihira ang meron ng mga diagnostic scans. CT scan, PET scan, MRI, and everything. Imagine, PET scan. Only recently, nagkaroon ng PGH, UP-PGH ng PET scan. Before, NKTI lang ang meron. So, to me, these are very important because these are used to diagnose different kind of sickness. No? And more often than not, when a patient binigyan ng reseta ng doktor na, kailangan mo magpa-PET scan para malaman natin kung gaano nakalala or kumalat na ba yung sakit mo or whatever, hindi na bumabalik. And this was also mentioned by Dr. Tony Liatson in the Senate hearing na masakit sa kalooban nila na pag niresetahan nila ng ganong mga diagnostic scans, mga test yung pasyente, hindi na bumabalik. Because napakamahal ng mga ganito sa...
Wala silang pambayad.
Wala silang pambayad. So, I asked for, anong plano ninyo dito para makabili kayo ng mga ganito, no?
Okay.
So, yan yung mga...
And so what happened? Were you given any response, sir?
Wala silang response noong
Okay.
October. No? Meron pa silang isang dapat na ibigay noong October, no? Yung mga special medical services na under PhilHealth. Halimbawa, gusto nating itaas by December. That was in their commitment December. All treatment for cancer, mga chemo, radiations, everything, i-cover nila up to 80%. But the question is, ilang hospital lang ang meron ang accredited for special treatment like cancer. So I wanted them to fast-track the accreditation for special medical services. No? This was October 31. So I wrote them a letter October 7 to make the follow-up. Then another on November 5, wala.
Okay, no
Wala silang
response.
sagot, no response.
To
no.
this day, sir, meron
To
na
this
ba?
day, wala.
I see.
Then November, the commitment is very clear. The commitment is another 50% increase in all benefits across the board. That was, dapat November 31 yon. Okay? So, lumampas na yung November 31, hindi po nila ito naibigay. And then yung pagpapagawa ng salamin, no? Yung prescription glasses, because importante po ito. Going back to yung mga magsasaka, ang daming malalabo yung mata, pero hindi po nagpapagawa
So
ng
lahat
salamin.
po ito, wala pong naging tugon?
Walang naging tugon.
Okay.
Walang naging
But
tugon.
why can't Congress look into this, sir? Why can't
I
the House of
already
Representatives?
filed a House resolution. I actually, sa extreme, no, nanawagan na ako, the Secretary of Health should resign. No? And panahon na para palitan because for us to achieve itong mga pangarap ng bawat isang Pilipino, no, itong medical, itong free health care, itong libreng gamot, libreng pagpapagamot, gamot mo, sagot ko, we need a leader na may puso, na hindi manhid, na nararamdaman yung paghihirap ng ating mga kababayan. So, I filed that resolution already, and I
Your
intend
resolution to look into these,
to ask the
Commitments.
President to remove
I see.
and change the Secretary of Health.
I see.
no? But
But did you file a resolution to look into these concerns that you've
yes,
identified?
I intend to file another House resolution this coming week to look into the 11 billion na mga gamot
Expired.
na nag-expired medicines. And I will include also itong mga commitment nila no, na hindi po nila nagagawa.
And of course, it was also very recently that PhilHealth said that they increased, or 10 rare diseases have actually been funded. We're going to talk about that after the break. We'll be right back. This is On Point. Welcome back. I'm Pinky Webb. You're still watching On Point. Still with us, AGRI Party List Representative Wilbert Lee. Congressman, there was good news, though, that I read very recently, that there were 10 rare diseases that PhilHealth will be covering. And not just that, this is also very important. Wheelchairs, canes, and others are also going to be...
Quad cane.
Yun nga, hindi ko po masabi kasi hindi ko alam kung ano yung quad cane. Alam ko
po yung apat na, yung...
I see. Yung parang apat yung paa.
Parang ganun.
I see. Yung mga yon, what does that mean? Ibig ho ba sabihin nun, kapag ma-injure ka, daling ka sa ospital, ay makakalabas ka na may libreng wheelchair at cane?
Well, actually, when this came out, tinanong ko na kaagad, no, itong mga, anong guidelines, paano kukunin? Apparently, in-announce na naman ng DOH without the guidelines pa, without malinaw kung paano gagawin. Kasi, syempre, once you announce, example, the dental, they announced it last week or 2 weeks ago that it's approved and it's covered already. So I asked also, what's the guidelines? Saan pupunta? Because everybody's asking me. Di ba? Apparently, wala pa, gagawin pa lang, and they're saying it will be implemented or pwedeng magawa January or February pa. No?
So doon lalabas kumbaga yung fine print.
Kung paano gagawin. No?
Yung guidelines.
Now, going back sa akin, ito yung mga nakakainis Pinky. Because sa akin, even in the Senate, even in Congress, no, pag minamadali, if you want to fast track the budget, all these hearings happening, you do it every day. We can even stay up to late night, midnight, early morning. Kung kayang gawin, bakit hindi gawin? Bakit hindi mag-meeting every day if need be? Because the primary mandate of DOH is to take care of the kalusugan ng mga kababayan.
Actually, hindi pa nga natin na pag-uusapan, sir, yung preventive.
Hindi pa, yung consulta package.
Oo, yung consulta package.
Isa pa yan, ang tagal because they're saying, sa ano pa yung meeting? No, may meeting pa, schedule pa. No? Sabi ko, ang meeting, schedule lang. Bakit hindi pwedeng agahan? May process. Yung process, sino gumagawa? Who made all of these processes? Sino ba? Tayo rin, gobyerno rin. Bakit hindi agahan?
At bakit nga daw hindi?
What
is your hypothesis?
Hindi ko
What is your
maintindihan. Yan ang hindi natin maintindihan. Bakit?
Okay,
no?
okay.
Para sa akin, hindi pwedeng nadadama yung mga kababayan. You know, yung sakit hindi nakakapag-antay No? While you're saying na, gagawin pa yung guidelines, magmi-meeting pa and everything, every minute merong namamatay.
Hindi lang yun, sir. Yung mga kababayan po natin nangangailangan ng tulong.
Nangangailangan.
They line up sa PAGCOR, sa congressman, sa senador. Para
This is
lang
also
po.
what I'm fighting for. Ang gusto ko mangyari, Pinky, bakit kailangan halos magmakaawa, halos magmalimos, halos lumuhod sa kung sinong politiko para lang matulungan? While nandyan yung pera, para nga sa akin, dapat lahat ng pondo ilagay sa PhilHealth. So that time will come that when you're a member of PhilHealth, you go to a hospital, no question asked, parang HMO. You go to a hospital, you're a member of PhilHealth, no question asked, walang gastusin. Because nandyan ang pera.
Yung zero billing, yung sinasabi. Sana nga po mangyari.
And hindi ito mauubos, Pinky, na pera because every year, may contribution na pumapasok, may subsidy na pumapasok na malaki.
Just two things because we have to go, sir. Ito pong case rate. Kasi ang hirap po intindihin
Yes.
Kahit po ako, aaminin ko, hindi ko alam magkano ang kino-cover ng PhilHealth. How do we make it clear to every one of us kung magkano ang sasaluhin ng PhilHealth kapag tayo ay magkasakit?
Actually, meron po yung actuarial study na ginagawa. No? So, dito nagkakaroon actually ng delay, no? Yung actuarial study. Because siyempre, we have to understand also na hindi mo naman pwedeng sabihin na, o ganito, kasi baka sobra naman. No? So, it has to have that actuarial study. No?
Yeah.
The problem is, yung gumagawa ng actuarial study na yan, isang team lang. So, para sa akin, kung yan ang delay, bakit hindi nating dagdagan?
Ito
no?
po yung Bencom?
No,
Hindi. Iba
before
pa to.
it goes to Bencom, there's a team
I see.
na gumagawa ng actuarial study. That's
Under
why-
who? Which
Under PhilHealth.
Okay.
Then, meron ako, actually, in the commitment, pinalagay ko dito na dagdagan, no, yung if we need to get to outsource, to contract out, yung magagawa yung tinatawag
Actuarial
nating
studies.
actuary team. Number 7, to immediately create and contract out policy and actuary teams for the expeditious development and finalization of required policies and guidelines and increases in case rates. Nilagay natin yan sa commitment.
Okay.
Because yun ang nalaman natin, isang team lang yan. Ang tanong ko, 115 million Filipinos, buhay ng 115 million Filipinos, kalusugan ng 115 million Filipinos, nakasalalay lang dito sa isang team na to.
Ilan po yung tao dun sa team na yon?
Well, siguro mga 3-4 yan.
Maybe, sir, it's good to know ilan po sila. That's also something we need to
Iba-iba.
understand.
I have asked that, sometimes 3, sometimes 4.
And then after that, dun po pupunta doon sa, ano yung next level na pupuntahan nila?
Bencom.
Bencom, which is the, ano po,
It
ibig
goes
sabihin ng
to
Bencom?
executive committee first, and then it goes up for the approval of benefits committee.
Benefits Committee, all right. So, well, I guess, sir, we'll see if Congress, the House of
Yeah.
Representatives will have time to really look into this and ma-increase po yung binabayaran ng PhilHealth at kumonti po yung ating out-of-pocket.
Yes. Actually, marami pang commitment dito. Every month, binabantayan po natin ito. Heart disease, heart procedures, bypass surgery, angiogram, angioplasty. By December, 80% dapat ang sagot ng PhilHealth. All those diagnostic tests, by December, dapat libre na po yan. No? January, iba naman. No? February, iba-iba. So that's why, hindi po natin ito magagawa na commitment if yung leader natin sa DOH, hindi po taong may puso.
Congressman Lee, sir, thank you so much for your time and we'll continue to get updated po dito sa PhilHealth. Maraming salamat po sa inyong oras.
Thank you so much, Pinky.
Thank you
so much.
And that's On Point. Join us again tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. here on BNC, the Billionario News Channel. I'm Pinky Webb. Thank you for watching.